Easter, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Happy Easter. Welcome to the party.
I'm so
Except,
glad to be here with Kristin, everybody.
yay. This Easter, though, we're not channeling the Easter Bunny. We're not
Right?
channeling Davies. We're not channeling Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene. Who are we channeling?
Krishna.
Woo! Let's
Yeah.
go off the roller coaster ride. We're gonna channel Krishna, and we're gonna channel our guardian angels. And I thought we would start by channeling a message for everybody from our guardian angels. We'll just leave it in their hands and see what they would like to relay. And now, Matt, you've been in 4 or 5 of the mediumship courses.
Five, if you count Ashley's stuff.
Ah, yeah. Ashley's just finished her Starseed Origins course. That was awesome. And you're coming up into the next course coming up in April 15th till the 30th. And so I've said to Matt, like, if you feel like you're not getting the flow of information in the way that we've learned, then we can go right to the angel cards if we need to, right? And so let's just sit and see. First of all, maybe you want to introduce your guardian angel to everybody, and then we will.
Okay. My guardian angel, her name is Caramel.
Yeah. And what does she feel like to you when she comes around energetically?
Bouncy. Like floaty and bouncy.
Sometimes when I'm giving readings, I have to ask our guardian angel to, like, could you just hold still?
Yeah, this little like fairies like floating around. Like I think
Yeah.
Cat Kelly one day was like
They're
floating
just
around.
having fun. They're just having fun. Woo! Everybody's showing up. Oh yeah, Joanne and Muriel. You guys have the same last name. Wow. Pretty wild ride going on here in the comments area.
Wow.
So when she comes through, where does she typically come? Does she come on your right side, your left side, above you, behind
Above
you,
me, yeah, like
above you?
over my shoulders and head.
Yeah. And what does it feel like?
It feels very soft, kind of like cooling. Like I can feel her hands and her hair, and
Wow.
like I can feel it
Her
sometimes.
energy coming over you, you mean like that? And so and what does she project into your mind as to how she wants you to see her looking like?
Well, I see her as like a blonde with long straight hair
Hmm.
and bangs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
cool. That's cool.
and white gown with like a blue light, like a soft blue light coming off of her.
Oh, that's pretty. Wow. Okay. So what message does she want to relay for everyone?
You just say, give it your best shot.
Love it. I like it. And if we have a hard time picking up on what spirit is trying to relay to us, what do we ask for? What do we tell them?
Make it louder.
Turn it up louder and come in closer. Expand your energy more. Turn it up louder. I need you to turn it up louder. And if we need to use the cards, we can.
Saying like that, all of us are so loved and precious, and I had a hard time coming. I'm still working on accepting that,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
working in the mirror and telling myself that I love myself.
Mhm. It's not really something we're taught in school, so we're not accustomed to doing that, We're not accustomed to feeling that way.
Yeah, she's trying to pick me up and dust me off. Hey, that's what she's showing me.
I love that.
I'm feeling like a lot of pressure on my crown. Like,
Well, we did ask her to turn it up. So that's what she's doing. And if it becomes too much and it's too much pressure, we can always ask her to just step back a touch. Sometimes we get lightheaded or we get a lot of pressure around the head and we feel spacey, and then it's hard to pick it up. So it's all a balance. We can ask them to kind of step back just a step.
so I have a hard time here.
That's okay. Let me see if I pick up on what she's relaying. I know, but he's having a hard time. You want to put it in my head? She wants you to practice with me. Tell the masses that we love them unconditionally forevermore. There's nothing that they could do or say in this lifetime or in any other that would ever change the way we feel for them, the way we feel about them. Each of you are precious to us, like multifaceted diamonds, beings of light and love. Precious, each of you, unique, each of you. She's showing like snowflakes and how a snowflake is unique and different unto another. There isn't any snowflake that's identical like that. And she's pulling away from me like this, but as she's pulling away from me, she's sending her love.
Wow. That is a message.
It's pretty fully loaded. So that's what your guardian angel looks like and how she is. Mine is more stoic. She looks like Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, except she doesn't have pointy ears, she says to me. I thought I hadn't noticed that. And she has blue eyes, but she's very like observing. She doesn't crack jokes too often. And lately she's been trying to be a little humorous. And I'm like, did you just try and crack a joke? And then she'd smile and say yes. And I'm like, well, it was hilarious. So I'll say that to her, like, hey, high five. But, you know, I'm a bit, I have enough of that coming through me. So she tries to keep me more level and grounded, I think is the reason why she comes through the way she does. And her message for everyone is, don't take things so seriously, dear ones. Don't take things so seriously. This is but a temporary seeming experience in which you are here learning, growing, and learning lessons. And she's saying thriving. Many of you are thriving. You see yourselves thriving. And the rest of you that do not see yourselves in this way, I wish for you to shift your attention and your focus in this direction in order to manifest this into your reality. See yourselves as thriving here on earth, dear ones. Whatever thoughts, feelings, or emotions that you have that are dropping or sinking your frequency, they don't feel good as soon as you're feeling or thinking something, pay attention to this. Hand it to your team of angels so that they may transmute this into the light for you. so that thought, that vibrational frequency will not return. And it's important to do this several times a day as needed. And that can be 20 times a day. It can be 25 times a day, however many times. So what do you do when you missed several times during the day? You sit at the end of the day, maybe you missed 10 times, and you think about the things that you would like help with or that have sunk your frequency during the day. The 10, what are 10 things that maybe bothered you that day that you missed giving to your angels? And then you give it to them at the end of the day or first thing in the morning, she's saying. Really important that we do this. This is homework that we're being given in order to shift and raise our vibrational frequencies, dear ones. Thank you, Kristin.
Thank you, Agnes.
Still mess with Agnes.
Yes.
Am I right?
I try to use the God boxes all the time.
Or you can picture a golden box and you just put everything in the box, into the box. I'm going to put that in the box. So you don't want to talk to the angels. So you don't want to talk to your spirit guides. Maybe you want to talk to a grandmother that's passed over. You give it to her, or you give it to your dad, or you give it to a best friend. Oh, they would love to take that from us. Oh my gosh. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to bring in and usher in their backup to come and help transmute that into the light. So why are you so drawn to Krishna these days? That is the question, isn't it, Matt?
Well, I read this is the Krishna's book here, Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, there
and
it
it's
is.
like it's super short. It's only like 160 pages. But I read it and I was just totally enthralled and just blown away by it.
Should we see what we can channel from Krishna directly, and then we'll see what he would like to say?
Yes.
So the first thing we'll do is we will practice sensing, what does Krishna's energy feel like when he comes around? Which direction is he coming in? And each of you in the comments here, you can do the same, whether you're watching this well past our live or during our live. What does Krishna feel like to you? And you can type that into the comments area. And where is Krishna coming in around you? Is he coming up from below, to the right, to the left, from above, from behind? Okay, Matt, so where's Krishna coming in?
From the right at first. And then,
cool. And then now where is he centered?
Yeah, he's like above.
Yeah. He's right up behind me. I can tell because I get a lot of warmth and pressure up against the back of my body. So I know he's right behind me and up behind my head and a bit here too.
Well, I can feel that exactly.
And they love to come in this area when communicating with us. So if you ever feel like a lot of pressure and warmth all of a sudden in this area, it's telling you you have energy that's attempting communication with you. And it's really important to pay attention to that. And then you can narrow it down, who it is. Does it feel masculine? Does it feel feminine? Does it feel familiar to you? Okay. Oh, excellent. From the front. Oh, and hearing music coming in with Krishna too. How amazing. The right above me too, same as you, Matt. Kira's getting same as you. So I've got behind here, but this is usually where they anchor in to communicate through us. So that's really good, you guys. Anybody else? Where's Krishna coming in? Does it feel masculine to you? Mm-hmm. Okay, from above and behind you as well. Flute music. Ah, how incredible. I often hear the angels clapping. Sometimes they're singing, and then other times they're playing a harp. I'll hear them playing harp. And I'm like, oh, there's a party going on over there. From the front, both lower legs are vibrating. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so Matt, let's just see what you get from Krishna. Again, we're practicing, and then I will channel as well.
Well, what for me, I see Krishna in like an older, the warrior king
Oh,
Krishna. That's why
isn't
I
that
take
cool?
shelter in him and like a father figure.
Wow. And what colors does he have? Like when he comes forward to me, I see a lot of red, orange, and I see pink, but mainly red. So much so that I decided to light a red candle today.
Oh,
And
oh,
I thought, this is reminding me of Krishna's color. I was like, very colorful, at least how I,
orange and gold for me, and
orange and gold.
like a big kind of robe.
Yeah, a
Like
robe that drops straight down. Yeah, yeah. Red and gold for Muriel. Isn't that awesome? I love it. You see blue. So why is it that one person might see this color and this person might see that color? Does anybody have any answer to that? Why would it be that I would see this and you would see that?
well, we're all picking up different parts of his vibration, his being.
Mhm.
And
And we're
some
all,
need some part, and others need the other.
exactly. It's different pieces, different how we're resonating with his frequency, kind of like how you dial in with a radio station. So your frequency and his frequency. So that's why it's so important to raise our vibrational frequency because it makes it easier to communicate with spirit. Also, when we are doing these courses, I teach no sugar, no caffeine before we practice. Why is that?
Oh, yes. Well, I heard one lady describe it like you got like a satellite system above your head, and it's super sensitive. And if you put something in there, it tunes out. Or like if you watch the news and get upset, it tunes you
Yeah.
out.
Then you lower your frequency. Their frequency is super high, all of them. And so, us raising our frequency is more of a vibrational match to their frequency. And also, like, if we're doing the caffeine, the sugar, then our adrenal glands are pumping, our minds are racing, and we're very ungrounded. So, it's really important that maybe we ground in nature before practicing, chatting with spirit. Great time to practice channeling spirit is when we're out in nature or even outside, just leaning up against a tree. And, when we have Krishna or whichever energy we have coming through, is coming through our filter, our vibrational frequency, our mind. And depending on what's going on here and what our frequency is what we are going to bring forth through that, right? So, having a high vibrational, heart centered medium, I think, is pretty important. And being
Yeah,
high vibrational and heart centered yourself, and all of you uh, being mediums yourselves, really important. Yeah.
yeah. That's why I keep taking your classes because it's like that first class I was so overwhelmed,
Yeah,
and
it's so
then I
different
just
than what we're taught
learned.
in
Yeah,
society. Yeah. So what are the changes that you notice?
well, I had a ton of anxiety before your class, and it's starting like it's like 90% gone. I mean, I'm getting it under control, and like the first time I seen you, I just instantly knew that I had to make you my teacher, but I didn't even know you taught classes or anything. And then I seen your link where you taught classes, but I was afraid to do it. But then at the last minute, I jumped in. I was like, no, I better do it. I'll be in big trouble if I don't.
Well, spirit may just pester you till the next one is
Oh well,
offered.
if I had known what I would learn in your class, I would have been, trying to break down your door to get in. It's so
Is it
incredible.
just about mediumship?
No, no, it's definitely about everything.
Mhm. And so after the first course, I remember you coming into the second one, you seemed a lot happier, lighter. And then by the third course, you started to practice more on camera and you were even more high vibrational and relaxed. And I think that, we look at someone, whether it's me or it could be somebody else, and we are drawn to them because they're showcasing or emulating what our soul is desiring to be, right? To be maybe more lighthearted or more relaxed, or what is it there that I feel like I need to move in this direction to find out something that's going to help me move me in a different direction, make me happier, make me feel more high vibrational. So everything I teach in these courses is really passed right through the angels, and it's really what the angels have taught me over the years. Anything that's not important to teach or just not purposeful, they'll let me know, or they'll add to each course as well. They'll add and say, let's talk about this, let's move in this direction. So the feeling I get about how this course coming up is going to be, and it's been coming to me a lot, is this course coming up is going to be extremely heart centered. There's going to be a lot of heart expansion, and lifting of vibrational frequency. I see a lot of red. I see a lot of almost like a perpetual red rose blossoming within the heart chakra area. I see that. And you know how you see pictures of Mother Mary, and it shows her heart in her chest and then it's glowing. I see a lot of that. So I think there's going to be a lot of growth in this upcoming course. And I feel like it's going to be in my element. I'll be honest, Matt. Usually when I feel that way, when I go into a course, it's like I kind of ramp up. Um, that's just, and I think everybody will. Everybody's going to want to connect more and come on live more, or practice in the comments. If you don't want to come live on camera, you just practice in the comments area. Nobody's making you do anything. Although I say the most amount of growth is when you come on camera. But that just makes you want to open up and move in this direction. So that's what I see happening coming up in this one.
Well, you'll come on camera when you're ready. I mean, it's something you work up to because
Exactly.
the first one I only came on camera one time after like a week and a half,
Yeah.
and because I was trying to learn what to do. But the amazing thing about your course is, if I just listened to exactly what you told me from the beginning, I would have done so much better. But all I had to do
It
was
just
just
takes time.
follow,
Takes
the
time.
the lessons.
Yeah, it takes time, and you have to feel you want to, you can't go from point A to point D overnight. So people ask, well, why would you keep taking the courses? Because we have people that keep taking the courses because it takes time to shift your frequency and adjust. And, you might hear something the first time, but then by the second time, you're hearing it and it's absorbing more. You're like getting it more. So let's see what Krishna would like to say. Others are feeling and seeing orange as well. Rachel says it took her till the third course to get on camera. Boy, he's really ramping up his energy behind me.
Do what you can in the course. Like, you don't have to worry about what's going on in your life. Just do what you can, and it's better than nothing.
Absolutely agree. Participate when you can. Everything's saved when you need to watch it later on. He sure has expanded his energy around me. It's full throttle. He's really showing dark eyes. like I guess it's the eyes I see of Krishna in the pictures that I've seen. But they kind of have like light glistening from them. I see him with a mustache. Chrissy, Matt's going to be in the beginner's course too. Lots of heat and energy around your third eye and crown. Yeah, I'm getting it big time here and on my back. I don't know how much more I can take, Matt, before I have to channel him because the intensity of the energy is increasing. And I know that once I channel his message, it will ease off. So my physical body's like telling me, channel him. Lots of energy Chrissy's feeling. Good, good. Go with the first thing you get, Matt.
He's just saying, just get up and go for it.
I love it. What else is he saying?
Well, I get like a really big heart chakra expansion with him, and like that's one thing I know I have to work on is being more heart centered. It's really,
This takes practice, takes
yeah.
time. Man, you guys are rapidly growing through these courses every time I hold them. And I look at myself in comparison back then, years ago, and the energy was moving so much slower. Like the progress I made was like a snail in comparison to you guys. Like even I'm telling you, like
Well,
way,
thank you for figuring all
yeah.
out and going through all
Only
that
took me
for
like
us.
a solid 5 years to
we're
figure out,
reaping,
oh, my
we're reaping the
angels.
fruits
Yeah,
of
yeah,
your
you're
hard work.
reaping the fruits. Exactly. It took me 5 years to figure out, oh, my angels are coming in through my hand and choosing the cards through my hand. And then I just have to be still and let them do that. And then I remember I thought, okay, I'm just going to quiet my mind and see what thought forms form on their own without me forming them. And it was God that came through first. And I was not, I was not going to church, and I was like, I mean, I wasn't even calling God God. I was calling God source. I was like, no, I'll say source. It wasn't that I was adverse. I always moved in the direction of my intuition and my gut feeling. It just always guided me and in the best direction for me. So, if somebody comes and they feel this way, I'm like, well, hey, if that's what feels right to you, move in that direction. So, yeah, I remember that. I remember it to this day. And I was so surprised that this message was coming through my mind and it sounded like my internal voice, but I wasn't the one forming the thought. And then I even got chuckling, like laughter. And I'm like, well, I'm definitely not laughing, you know? So I remember asking God, how long have you been around for? And, there is no time or space constraints. There is no time. There is no linear time. So, I remember God saying, I've always been and I will always be. I was like, oh, bypassing all time space. So let's see what Krishna's saying through me here. I feel like he's like almost like so excited. I know that sounds silly, but that's the feel I'm getting of him and
No, no.
how
His
he's
stories are
putting
something
through
else.
it.
His stories are really funny.
Oh, funny. Does he dance? Because I haven't read up on him. So I'm getting like he's like excited to be here, basically showing me. Let's see what he's saying. He says, thank you, Kristin. Humbly so. Thank you. Practice. Practice is what is needed when wanting to develop anything, is it not?
Yes.
And he's sending us much love and light. And he's saying that It's really important for us to surround ourselves in an environment that is high vibrational and light filled at this time on earth. He's saying the same thing I've heard the angels say, which is that there are things that are going to be transpiring on earth that are going to make things more difficult coming up. So, with knowing this, it's extra important that you create a high vibrational space in your lives and within. He will help you do this should you wish. Simply ask him to make it so. Developing your intuition is he's smiling when he says this. He says it's a God-given talent or a God-given gift. But he's also reminding us that we are a spark of this energy. We are a spark of God. So when he says it's a God-given gift, it's actually a gift unto us, unto ourselves. We are the ones with this gift given to ourselves. Belief is not a prerequisite. Practice, if you wish. Ask is important, he says. Asking for help, asking for what you wish to have in your lives so that your spiritual teams can get busy and get to work and bring this to you. And asking for help with any issues, any problems, anything that's low vibrational, repeatedly rotating in your mind, giving it to your team. Repeat, repeat, repeat. The heart center is what is needed moving forward on earth. Being in the heart. You will see many who are acting out, acting up, expressing their stressors and projecting that onto others, moving forward on earth. And it's going to be very important that we operate and are in the heart space moving forward. And he's agreeing with me. He's saying that this course coming up is very much about opening and expansion of the heart for each of you that wish to join. And again, he's also offering his assistance to you if you wish to move more into the heart center. You can ask him to help you do that. He's got Lakshmi with him. She came in on his right with big smiles. And I can feel a new energy come in on my right as well. She's dropping money over all of us.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling that. I just felt something cool, like sprinkling on my head.
Gold coins, but I'm also seeing dollar bills, or let's make it hundreds. Let's make it whatever you want, right? That's what I say. Why not? Like abundance is abundance. It should be, free flowing, for everyone. When people say, money isn't everything, it's not. It's not everything, but equally so, it's important. Last I checked, I can't go buy my groceries with air. So kind of important if you want a roof over your head and food in your fridge and you're not living out, like where I live, tons of tents have popped up in the giant park, several blocks down the street. I bet you they're thinking money's important because they're sleeping in the cold every night in a tent. So it all depends on your perspective of where you are as to what's important. Lakshmi is offering her assistance in bringing in abundance for each of you, if you wish. And this isn't just about working and getting paid. This is about abundance coming in all forms, all different ways, even in ways that you may not have imagined yet. And for many of you that are making this request of Lakshmi to help you with this, you may be surprised at how the abundance comes into your life. And she's all smiles. Okay, she's telling us to take some questions. So anybody that has a question for Lakshmi or Krishna, feel free to ask in the comments. While we're waiting for this, I'm going to ask Krishna, why is Matt drawn to you energetically at this time? It's important for you to have a male role model to assist you on this path, on this journey, your spiritual path. And he is a good vibrational match for your energy. He has the wisdom and the knowledge that you are seeking. But there's going to be others that will step forward other than Krishna. Others will step forward to work with you as well in the future. So Krishna's for right now. He'll step back a bit and allow another divine being to step forward and work with you in the future. He'll always be there. He'll just be stepped back more and allowing another to come. Because as you shift and change and evolve, Matt, so will the next being that will come in and assist you in that moment when you're ready. Okay? That's awesome, Rita. Okay, so are things with my son, my father, and I going to become peaceful anytime soon again? I'm just feeling the energy. Does it feel light or does it feel a little bit heavy? And then the second thing
It was a bit heavy for me.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy for me too. And then the second thing I do, Matt, is I'll look at how far out does the heaviness go? Does it pull away from me and it's still heavy far away out, or is it starting to lighten up? We don't even have to look. We can just feel the energy. How far out away from your body does the energy go? Does it start to lighten up or does it stay heavy?
For me, it's staying pretty heavy.
It stays heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what that tells me is that this is going to be a bit heavy and it's going to stay the same for a while. But you're learning a lot of lessons through this, and there's a lot of growth through this. So they want you to see it from that perspective, from that viewpoint, okay? It's really important that you see it that way. This isn't just happening for no reason, that there is a lot of growth, you expressing how you feel, you holding your boundaries, communication styles, going inwards, finding the strength within yourself, building strength within you, becoming more strong. But it's going to be this way for a while. And I don't feel the energy shifting in time for a while. Okay?
Well, one thing that helps me from Krishna's teachings is he said that, we should keep our minds as peaceful as we can as a service to God. And because we're a spark of source and the source is in the spark.
And but I think the more we are doing our best to stay in more of a peaceful state, then we are more of a vibrational match for this high vibrational frequency of source, which is everywhere through everything. And so then it's able to flow into our lives and help us more. Here's an example. I'm angry, I'm upset, I've put walls up. Now, spirit can still come in and help us, but it's got to get through all this. So you're going to make it easier for Source, the angels, the Ascended Masters, Krishna, Lakshmi, whomever, to come into your life to help you shift your frequency by moving in the direction of being more at peace within. Love that, Kira. Muriel's asking, will I be able to peel off all the layers of protection from my heart?
If you want to.
And I do get a yes, but that is a choice too. We can choose it now. That is a choice. And the other thing I get is that there's someone coming, a man, and it doesn't even have to be a physical connection. It's romantic, but not overly physical all the time. And this person will help to remove these layers. Sometimes we need help from another soul. But we can start now with self-love. Self-love, work in the mirror. That love will transmute all of that. We can also make the request to our team of angels. I ask to have all layers that I've built up around my heart to be transmuted. Thank you. And they'll do it gradually over time, comfortably.
I got like open up and let them make you laugh.
Love that. Yeah. Will my children get married soon so I can enjoy that part of my life? Go ahead.
Well, everything is in the moment of now. So enjoy your
Nailed
life
it.
now.
Nailed it. And the angels would rather things unfold in divine timing as they are meant to, rather than right away, like maybe you want them to. And it's important that we don't put that pressure on them to, you know, be married or be this or be that. Let them be as they want to be and do as they wish to do. If we stopped, this isn't just you. This is society in general. If we stopped projecting what we wanted others to be or do, think about how amazing this world would be. Just let them figure it out on their own 2 feet. Divine timing is the name of the game here. Divine timing. Yeah. Okay, so what guidance would you like with your son? How cool. Saint Germain. Caroline's been experiencing itching in her body, periods of body itching, and she needs to take tablets for it. And she was wondering, is this an ascension symptom? So we ask first, is this ascension related? Is this due to the energy coming in? Partially.
Well, that's what I got.
Is it?
Getting something weird
Right?
in between. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yes, it is, but it's also something else. Is this also physical? I get yes. And I also got a thumbs up right in my face. When we're kind of stressed out in life, like we're pushing it, and we're maybe stressed out or we're overthinking things, and that doesn't change, and we don't seem to make things a bit better. So what happens is, in combination with the incoming frequency energy bombarding your body, and this going on over here in your life, the body then produces this response. because ascension can create itchy hot pockets on the skin, and I've had that last up to two weeks. It's been hard. I think even up to a month. It came in so hot and heavy, and I felt when it came in, and then it was trying to escape in pockets, which was then creating like hot pockets and itchiness at times. But you also have like the stress going on, which your body is responding in this way. Hypersensitivity of coming out through your skin. Decompress, rest, relax, ground yourself in nature. Okay. If the pills don't work, try creams. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was getting some kind of weird, like a white burn on my shoulders and my chest
That's where I got
for a
it.
while.
Yeah, and here, came in through here, as ascension symptoms can come in through the crown chakra, but they can also come in. I say ascension is light frequency. It can come in through any of your chakra centers, but I got it full throttle through here one day, and I went, oh my God! And then I remember it was like searing red, and I had to go get cream for that. It was that severe. Yeah. And I went out and ground myself. Then I said, Earth, please pull this energy through my vessel and out my root chakra and my feet on a continuous basis for the rest of my life. And as soon as I made that request, holy, did it help. So make sure you say that. That's the ultimate grounding there. All right. How can we find union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within ourselves?
I don't even know that question. That question too.
By being in a space of allowing. Boy, did that take a while for the angels to help me with that when I first started getting it.
Okay, good.
Was it indigo in me? Well, the angels, how many times they said, we're not interested in your opinion. This isn't Kristin's reading. This is the angels' reading. Oh, Lord. And I learned real quick, the angels aren't about bucking the current. They're not about telling this, that, and the other. They're always attempting with the path of least resistance while asking you questions to have you figure it out and show you the way. It's really fascinating how they operate. It's fascinating.
So, do they know what we're gonna do before we do it?
Sometimes, if it's stereotypical of what we tend to do, but other times, there's the free will of you. There's the free will of many in your lives, and that can change at any time. That person can make a different decision, and they decided not to hire you for that job. That one person out of the 5 people, and therefore they moved in a different direction to hire someone else. But it seemed nearly 100% that you would get hired. Do you see what I mean? So our free will alters and changes things. But in another breath, I would say that the angels, they can work and operate through other people to give us messages and to help us and have us help others. You feel drawn to a person and you feel drawn to saying something. You just know the right thing to say. It's just flowing through you. It feels so effortless and easy. So, in a lot of ways, they have a very high vibrational influence in assisting us, but they will not usurp our free will. That's why it's so important to hand off your low vibrational thoughts. That's why it's so important to ask them to help you with this, this, and this, because they will not step forward and assist you or help you unless you ask in this free will zone that you signed up to be in. How do I align to allow resolution of current events to achieve full awareness and successful spiritual life and service? That's a lot. That's a mouthful. How do I align to allow? Okay, so that one there, I'm not sure what you're talking about, current events. Is this in your personal life or is this on earth in general? What I'll do, instead of answering that question, is I'll just let your angels come through with an answer, Deborah. They want you to get out of the mind. And so when we're overthinking something or overanalyzing a lot of the time, stop it. Sometimes they'll say it like that, like, stop it. Okay. But again, it's our choice. They just want you to catch it in the moment. Some things are best left to resolve in their own time, in their own way. And this is one of those times. Also, when you shift vibrationally by way of what you think, as in getting out of the head a lot and moving into being more at peace and moving into the body and just being, rather than thinking, just being, you're allowing your frequency to shift, your thoughts to shift, right? Which then will alter as your frequency shifts, so shall everything outside of you need to shift. So what was once bothering you won't be bothering you. And they say it's a catch-22 in that if you get out of the head, then you shift in frequency, then you shift, everything outside of you shifts, and then whatever is happening outside you just doesn't bother you anymore anyways. So you don't think about it. Heart center rather than head. It's easier for some of us to do that than others because depending on our social conditioning and how we've been raised, and also depending on where our soul has been in our incarnations. So if somebody has incarnated as an Arcturian, they're going to be up in the head a lot, thinking, analyzing, maybe A-type personality, maybe more left brain oriented, whereas somebody that incarnates as a Pleiadian is coming in much more from feeling, having fun, laughter, being in the heart, loving, caring, just feeling more in the body. Okay? Okay, one last question. The more specific your question is, the more I'm going to gravitate towards it, because then we're able to get more of a specific answer. If it's kind of like vague, then you're putting that energy of vagueness out there, then I'm not going to go for it, because it's just going to be the vague energy that's going to come back in to answer it. Like attracts like. So we're moving in a direction. I'm just being blunt. I know I'm being blunt, but we want to be very specific and very direct in life so that everyone knows where you're going and what you're doing. That's what I was going to say too. Somebody else is noticing this energy above your head. And I was thinking, well, maybe it's my camera, the way I'm seeing through my camera, but somebody else is seeing, it's like a haziness above your head. And
Above my head?
Yeah, and I also see it.
Yeah, he's like wounding up.
Yeah,
He's like wounding up
sure
something.
is.
I mean, one night he was doing so much work on me, and there was like this like super thick cord, and he cut it with this razor sharp sword just in one perfect motion, and it's like pow, like
Removing away that which is
now I call him in, to work on me for cutting whatever this is.
Oh, you explain that. Pow. Last question is Sangita saying, Krishna is my everything. Any message on the pandemic situation in the world? You want to take that one, Matt? There's a lot of stillness. I know there's a lot of stillness, and I think you're tapping into that. So I want you to redirect out of that stillness because it's overwhelming. It's like it's everywhere. It's come right bucking up against us. So I want you to tune your attention in behind you and above you where he is. Everything is unfolding as it is meant to. Within the chaos and the contrast comes great growth and change, not only on earth, but within each of you. If it was easy and there was not this contrast, there wouldn't be nearly as much growth. That's why your soul signed up to come here. He's talking about, I watched this with Hugh Jackman yesterday, talking about what is God, and he's talking about it. You know, when you watch a movie or a TV show and there's like a lot of drama and chaos and all this stuff happening in the characters' lives, like it's entertainment and you're watching it, you're not invested in it, right? Because you're not attached to it because it's a movie. But it's not the same thing when it's your own life, is it? When you've got all of this unfolding in your life, now you're attached to it, which then cause great disruption and upset within you. So it's really important to practice being in a space of allowing, and at times detachment when you need, and coming from the heart space, coming from the heart center, as Spirit has said and is saying now. There's much more yet to come. This is just the beginning, everybody. So start shifting and raising in frequency, moving into the heart center and creating. Don't create the fear. Don't buy into the fear. Don't delve into the fear. And if you do, what do we do with it? We give it to the angels to transmute into the light. But it's really important to create that heart center and that heart space, yeah, high vibrational space. Lately, I've been drawn to watching Harry Potter because it's reminding me of when I was a kid and the magic, and it feels good. Certain films in the Harry Potter series, I'm like, wee. So that's what I'm doing because it feels good.
One thing from Krishna's teachings that like it kind of I'm trying to wrap my head around is that this is all a spiritual world. We just think it's not because of our ego and our physical vessel that we're having our experience in.
Yeah.
So
it's all like, where's God? Everywhere. Where's Krishna? Everywhere. So where's my higher self? Anywhere it wants to be. Everywhere. And we're all of that same energy. So if nobody else here has worry and fear, then why do I? There's no good reason. It's not good enough anymore. And so the way out is by handing it to them to transmute into the light. Repeat. Okay, everyone, I must be off. And thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Lakshmi.
thank you so much, Lord Krishna. Thank you, Lakshmi.
If you guys would like to join us during this Mediumship for Beginners course, it's starting April 15th until the 30th. The next one will be October 15th until the 30th. So this will be the last one offered until the fall. And again, my website's up on the screen. If you have any questions, send me a message through my website and I'll get right back to you. And anything else, be the beings of divine light. Remember who you are. Remember who you are, dear ones. Thank you. Love it.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Matt. Thanks for coming
Thank you,
online with
Kristin.
me.
Yes. Yes. Everyone join us in the next 101 class. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.